Hello, welcome to the Light Institute Sunday Meditation, the Sanctuary of Light. It's a place that we can come virtually right now to be together and to use this meditation as a place of bringing ourselves into a centeredness, and also, as we always do in meditation in the third part, to extend energy out and use that as part of our purpose to be healing to situations in the planet. And so this week is Earth Week. So the third part of our meditation will be about giving a gift to the earth that will allow the earth to feel our presence and help us to help the earth and to link up in such a way that our very presence on this planet heals the earth. The way we do this meditation is that we divide it into three parts. The first part is a part I love, where we ask our higher selves. The higher self is your own true voice, the intuitive essence of your soul. Ask it to take a form for you, because once you perceive that form, it allows you to relate to it and to own that and to carry that and to live that. So in the first part, we will ask the higher self to take form, to touch our body, to enter, and as we sit in meditation, and then I'll make an Om sound. And at that point, you can push the button on your computers or your iPhones or whatever so that you can sit longer and actually meditate. And then when you're ready to go to the second part, push the button again. The second part is the drawing in of white light. It's the highest frequency. It really heals ourselves, and it helps us to shift our energies out into the world in a powerful way. So we imagine that we're drawing white light from the cosmos down through the top of our heads and out through the solar plexus. This is the seat of the emotional body. So it's very important to radiate out from there. And as we radiate out, we send it out across the planet and back into the sky. And then we allow that to continue to go on as we meditate. Another Om. The third part of the meditation, as we discussed, will be giving a gift to Gaia, to Earth, so that we are opening a spin point of communication by giving a gift. And when we give a gift to someone, it allows us to acknowledge that we're linked, that we are dancing life together. And that will help us to see, to listen to what it is that the Earth tells us that she needs. And we find the intelligence and the creativity to supply that. The way we do that is we ask them what symbol or object or color the earth needs from you personally to bring about that balancing, that healing of the earth at this moment. And then we draw that from the cosmos down to the top of the head and laser it out to the earth. And feel the earth take that in and create the energies that bring about a new epoch here. Let's begin. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your body. Breathe out slowly. And now ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, your own wisdom, to take a form for you. It could be a light, a being, a tree, an animal, an equation. See what form comes now. Whatever form that is, ask your higher self to touch your body where you hold your divine essence at this moment. Wherever you imagine that touch, just breathe into the touch so that you're incorporating that touch from your own highest frequencies into your body to support you. And then imagine that you draw your higher self into your body and you sit in meditation as your higher self. Om. Breathe deeply into your body and you bring your consciousness up into the cosmos and feel as if you're pulling in just to you a beautiful beam of white light, a laser beam, photon of the highest light. Draw it down into your stomach, into your solar plexus, and laser that beam out from you across the planet, up into the sky and back into the cosmos, and allow that to continue circulating down through you and out and up, and continue to do that. We call this the practice, the art of radiance. Let us be radiant beings through the cosmic light. Do it now. Breathe deeply into your body, breathe out slowly. Now bring earth into your mind's eye. You might see the planet, you might see an aspect of earth, you might see anything that relates to earth. Bring that into your mind's eye. And ask earth what gift she needs from you to be able to heal any destructive energies that we have caused her, to be able to grow and amplify our connection and our commitment to the earth. It could be a symbol that the earth shows you, or an object of some kind, or a color. Just take the first thing that comes into your consciousness. And whatever comes to you, again, imagine that you're pulling it from the cosmos, which is such a big, infinite energy. Pull that symbol or object or color that the earth is asking for. Bring it down to the top of your head, as we did before, into your solar plexus. Feel it there. And then laser that gift out to the earth. And just imagine what happens when the earth receives it, whatever it is. Maybe suddenly there's an explosion, or there's a sense of healing, or rebalancing, or newness. Just give that gift and feel that it continues to flow through you and into the earth, and that the earth responds. This is how we activate and amplify our true purpose of being on this planet Earth at this time. And take a deep breath into your body and open your eyes. I thank you, all the sentient beings, all life force of the earth thanks you for putting that energy out into the ethers and into the earth. It makes a difference. It truly does. And now, as we always have following our Sunday meditations, we have this moment we call knowings, in which you have sent questions to the Light Institute, to the Sanctuary of Light, for us to explore during this time. And so today we have 3 questions, and Allison will give me the questions, and I will extend a point of reference to you. Allison.
Chris, the first question comes from Germany, and she says, "Dear Chris, what kind of exercise can I do so I can stop being afraid and insecure within myself and feel constantly stable in my whole self? I hope so much to feel a change. Thank you."
Thank you for that question. I think we all do, and everyone has one aspect or another where they feel uncomfortable or insecure or afraid. And we're afraid of our bodies, we're afraid of our presence on the planet. We think we don't count, that it's not good enough. And so my answer to you would be, of course you are good enough because you are here, and you are a powerful soul. There are no beginning souls on this planet at this time. We have all been here many times before, and we have learned how to respond to crises, how to respond to things that need changing. And we're certainly at a time now when everything is saying we have to change the way we live on this planet and the planet itself. So the exercise in consciousness that I would give you, and there are many forms of this, would be that you need to find a place where you can love yourself without the judgment. Perhaps psychogenetically, you have hidden away in your heart all of the times when your mother, your father, your siblings, your teachers, your friends have said something that hurt you or made you feel unworthy. You want to be able to release those. And so one of the ways of releasing them is finding that echo in some part of your body, because it is within the mind of the cell. All memories are. And then go to that place and ask it what color it needs to be released. But the exercise I want to do with you is to find a vibration within you of self-love. Where do you hold love for yourself? As a child, no matter what terrible things might have been happening, children, like animals, they don't hold things in their consciousness. They go out and play. They feel connected to nature. They giggle. They open up. Their auric fields open up. And so what we can do is to look for you to find a place where there is a sense of love. If you have a sense of self-love, your fear will dissolve, your self-judgment will dissolve, and you will begin to honor yourself. And as you honor yourself, you will find that you come across the right people, the right situations, being at the right place at the right time, that supports that sense of well done, well done. Believe me, it's well done because you are here. So let go of your negativity. That may be, again, a psychogenetic echo that was passed down to your culture that said this is the way we treat children, and you have taken that in, and you don't have to. It doesn't belong to you. Everyone does what they're taught to do. At this moment, you can create that change simply by moving your focus into a positive experience, a positive sense of self. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And it's very important to breathe out slowly because that anchors in a sense of peace and meditation. Breathe out slowly. Now ask your body where it holds that flicker of self-love, of respect for yourself, of fearlessness within yourself. Could be in many places, but just see what place pops into your consciousness. You might see the place, or hear the place, or feel the place. Wherever that is in your body, bring your conscious awareness into that place. And imagine that you could prick it open so that an energy of self-respect and self-love and fearlessness can begin to ooze out of that place and flow through the trillions of cells of your body. Breathe deeply. As you breathe out slowly, feel it flowing through you, filling your body. It can override any negativity. And as it fills your body, then again, breathe in, breathe out slowly, and as you breathe out, imagine that you're sending that energy out from your body through your auric field, like a beacon that says, this is who I am. I'm lovable, I'm loving, I am here. Radiate a positive energy. Because as you tell that to the world, you're telling it to yourself. Radiate it out now. Good. And take a deep breath. And open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, feel that that energy is still flowing from you. I'm a loving person. You can't really be a loving person to the world outside you if you won't give any of it to yourself. You have that within you. Just tune into it. Practice those exercises, clearing away and amplifying what serves you. And very quickly, you will find a new burst of energy and excitement about your presence and your purpose in life. Great love. Allison.
The next question comes from Phoenix, Arizona. And her question is, she says, "Hi, Chris. Today is Earth Day, and I am so excited to celebrate that Mother Earth is breathing, that she is recovering, that wildlife is thriving, the oceans are clearing, and our air is cleaner, etc. What does your higher self suggest we do differently when our countries open back up again? One of my biggest concerns is that it will be all destroyed again in no time. This is such a beautiful opportunity to do something different. Can you please speak to this subject?"
Oh, thank you. First of all, I would say don't harbor the fear that it's all going to be falling in on itself and be destroyed. It is magnificent to recognize how quickly, within less than a month, the skies have cleared. I was sent a picture yesterday from Brazil of absolute pure sparkling waters with a turtle flowing through. Pure, pure waters. Etc. from around the world. Yes, the earth is showing us that. It's not just happening because we're not driving around. The earth is speaking to us. She's saying, look, if you will just give me a little, I'll give that back to you. And this can be our future. So don't harbor that it's going to return, but begin to think in your own life. We often think that we're helpless because the rest of society won't do it. No, it begins with us. Do you need to pick up trash? Do you need to bicycle or walk? Some countries, for example, in Scandinavia and even in Europe, they don't have the levels of pollutions because they don't poison their environments. They're aware of it, and they're much healthier than we are in the United States. So one of the ways that you can do that is to meditate on Earth and ask the Earth, what can you do now to switch? And because all it needs right now is that we use our fabulous creativity to get busy with getting rid of polluting cars, pulling the oils out of the earth. There are 1,000 ways. If you're passionate about something, fracking, for example, or whatever, you could get involved. Use your voice. Write letters to people. And above all, sit in meditation and send light through your consciousness to imagine it changing. You must imagine that this is the way the earth is going to be. If you will hold that, the earth will become that. But meanwhile, and at the same time, think of how in your own life you can do things that support that. Of course, for me, the deepest and most powerful is our consciousness. So we had this challenge here called Blue Sky Challenge. Every day, imagining that you're bringing your consciousness into the sky and pulling all of the toxins, whatever they are, whether they are viruses or any kind of pollutants, gather them up. This is quantum physics. Gather them up into a ball and cast them into the unmanifest. So that you are saying, no, not this. And then focus on that blue sky. In your meditations, use that. What do you love the most? Do you love a beautiful ocean or a clear lake or a rainforest or flowers blooming or whatever it is? Bring those things into your consciousness and hold them and say this. And just imagine that you are seeing them pop up around the world everywhere. You could also send energy to all the people in the world, that they will awaken now and really use this fabulous human intelligence that we have to change. We can do this. And the earth has just said, you're ready now. There always has been this conversation on a spiritual level that says you're never given a challenge that you cannot answer, a question that you cannot resolve. You know, we can. That's why we're here. That's why we came. And this is our moment. It's our moment to choose, to help each other, to gather together, to bring our intelligence and our hearts together, and to lift the planet into this new octave. Consciousness can change matter. It's not difficult, but we have to be willing to do it, and we have to clear out those fears that we have inside, because they are poisonous and they override any of those other energies. So use the power of your consciousness, the purity of your heart, and what you have seen, the joy that has come to you from seeing these skies and seeing that Mother Nature is talking. She is sentient. Thank you. Allison, one more.
The next question comes from Greece. Chris, do you think humanity has become so disconnected from Source that we will not be able to find our way back collectively to become a gentle, loving, compassionate race that is capable of being a template throughout time and space?
You know, if I felt that we couldn't do that, I would lose my purpose in life. I would lose my joy. And I would not look in your faces and see that you are awakening, that you as well are seeing the possibilities. And so, of course, I know that we can change and move into these other octaves. Maybe we've had some negative and violent energy within us and seeded into our genetic encoding. That doesn't mean it has to stay there forever. We're not cavemen now. Before the cavemen, there were beautiful beings of light that created everything through their consciousness, and this is true. We can move towards that again because in the same way we may have psychogenetically in our genes, in our encoding violence, our negativity, our selfishness, we have that higher level of consciousness. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that kind of energy expanding and expanding and expanding on the planet. And so, yes, but we have to acknowledge it in ourselves and each other. It's really true that the mirror that we show each other, I see you in this way, causes us to behave in that way. So if we look out at the world and say, these people, they're so selfish, they don't think of the planet, they're violent, etc., 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 because, then we can't attain that. But we are here to attain it. That's what I was just saying in that last conversation. We have come here to do it. It begins with each one of us and what we radiate out. So if you need gentleness, then awaken that gentleness in you. Practice the gentleness. Practice the lovingness. Practice releasing that place that sees only the negativity and see us as a collective group. Again, all you have to do is imagine that we actually came here as a soul family. And we came here at this time because collectively we have the answers already. Whether they're technological, whether they're spiritual, whether they're emotional, whatever they are, we have them in us. It's just that needs to stir and awaken. And it will awaken as we see that in each other, as we see the creativity, and we see people beginning to care about these things. That is what will bring it. So we don't have to say, well, if we're not a gentle, loving, peaceful species, then what's the purpose? No. At any moment, you could look out and say, well, today there's a sense of peace. Many people have talked about that kind of quietness that's happening right now, that helps to take away the chatter and I got to get there, I've got to do it. It's bringing us inside ourselves. Just that is opening for us, that spin point of bringing in a peaceful energy. Remember that when you are peaceful, you are safe. And when you are safe, you are free to open your energy of love, of gentleness. Even in the cosmos, even many of the more advanced beings in the cosmos are still violent or still territorial or whatever. We have a beautiful thing on this planet of the heart. We are polishing the human heart. We have passion, but we have a kind of caring, personalized passion that is absent in other places. We have to amplify that now and use it. But again, select that when you look in the face of someone else. When you see them, look for the way that they carry themselves, the way they live their lives. Of course, my own higher self says, nothing matters but the way you live your life. So polish that within you. Your gentleness, your caring, your capacity to release the judgment and to seed, it's my favorite word, seed into the world energies that will bring us to these next octaves and will allow us to not only spread that across our planet, since we are one soul group, but to spread it out into our galaxy, our neighborhood, out into our universe and out. And so don't give up. Don't give up. This is a great time. It seems like a terrible time with this virus kind of conversation, but there is always something that comes from that. There's a wonderful expression in Spanish. It says, no hay mal que por bien no venga. It says there's nothing bad that doesn't come for some good. So let us find the good in what's happening, these terrible things that are happening on the planet. And what could be good is that, first of all, as I have had to learn in my life, that we must understand life and death and the cycle of life and death, and not see it as a terrible ending, but rather a new beginning. That there's a freedom that releases the body, that there's a power in caring for others, that this having to go within right now because we can't run around outside is helping us to learn to use our imagination. Our imagination is the most powerful tool we have for a manifestation. We have to be able to sense it, to smell it, to taste it, to see it, to hold it in our consciousness if this is what we want to happen around us or we want to create. And so it's a great time. Use that, and we will find the answers of all the things that are blocking us. When we are ready to take that next step, we are not going to go back. There is no way to go back. And so how can we lift up now as a generous, loving, kind of collective consciousness species? We can. So that no one is hungry, no one is ill, no one is without resources, that everyone is connected. This belongs to you and me to bring forth, as part of our purpose, the evolution of our soul. Great love to you all.